The word believe, 15:6 of Genesis says, and he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness. So we'll talk about the word believe for just a little bit. Because all you have to do is believe. Because all you have to do, and you look up the word believe. Are you looking up the word believe for me? Excellent. What does it say?
To support, confirm, be faithful, uphold, nourish, foster, nurse.
Wow. Who knew?
To be verified or confirmed, to be reliable, trusting, stand firm, to be certain.
Confirmed, faithful, trustworthy, reliable, faithful.
Nourish.
Down there. Up. There you go. Confirmed, keep going. Established, sure, verified, confirmed, reliable, faithful, trusty. The people nowadays, my people.
Steadfast.
Steadfast. That's one of my words on my list. Reliable. I need to write that one down. It's in the Old Testament. If you want to look it up, you can. Holly, it's up to you. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And so, this has come up again and again and again to me over and over again. It's been in my mind for a long time. I've spoken of it in the past by talking about buzzwords that Christianity uses to believe, to be saved, and try to do this and try to do that and go around this way and teach it this way and teach it that way. Ultimately, to put it into Scripture. Did you find it for me?
I did.
You're excellent. Where is it?
Proverbs 29:18.
It says this, Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. How about knowledge? My people perish for lack of knowledge. I think it's in one of the Old Testament prophet books. And that is a huge bridge. It's a Bob Roberts style bridge that almost doesn't even recognize. It's not, you may not even be able to find it. Ooh, that's good.
Is that correct?
But if they obey, if they shall not, if they obey not, Job 36:12. If they obey not, they shall perish. By the sword, they shall perish and die without knowledge. That's not it. Nope. I'll have to look it up. Without knowledge, people perish. Without understanding, and we're covering some of this in Proverbs on Thursday nights. And concerning the budgetary talk that we have discussed, we've discussed that a little bit and tried to find out. I think I should probably implement that into an actual teaching, and it goes along with what we're talking about on Thursday nights, having to do with give us this day our daily bread. So I will begin to break that down, if that's all right with you, on a Thursday night when we're in service, on how to schedule, look at things, budget things, and I will just make it a teaching, and then we can always get together afterwards, afterwards, maybe within a day or two, and go over if there's any questions and really sum it up and apply it and make the application necessary. So I think that might be good. Honey, I'm warming up. I got to turn this off.
That's fine. Thank you.
All right. Where there is no knowledge, or where there is no vision, the people perish. My people perish for lack of knowledge. The word believe nowadays to many people in many people's minds is no more than a mental affirmation of what they think. We've already somewhat covered mental affirmations, what people believe, what people make judgment by, and what they make judgment by is, generally speaking, because they are in the flesh and in the world, carnally motivated. And the station, if you will, the radio station that their mind is tuned to, they're watching devil vision on TV. They're listening to devil radio. Because the thoughts and the conversations and the manner of lifestyle that they see with the people around them, that they rub elbows with, that they hang out with, that have become their friends, the programming that they watch on television, the radio stations that they listen to, is all pretty much controlled by the devil, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them. And that's a very true statement. That's a very true statement. He's blinded their minds. The individual now has become so dumbed down. That is a word. I didn't say it very well. Dumbed down. That is ridiculous. So the word believe now in the Christian realm simply means a mental affirmation, or even maybe even a statement of faith. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the Son of God. I believe God died for me. I believe Jesus died for me. Yes, Jesus is God, but you can't kill God. God's the Spirit. There is a mental affirmation that is made. But in simplifying that and making a mental affirmation of these things, what we're ultimately doing is denying the very power and authority of the Word itself through a lack of understanding and implementation. If we cannot implement anything into our lives that we do not understand how it works, how it operates, or even the definition of it, there is an impossibility for any individual to begin to implement something without a plan. Without a plan. Now, many people plan in their minds. Not a problem. Better than no plan at all. But I'm going to suggest to you that you have a written plan, that you write it out, that you look at it. Much the same as I've done to my prayer list of things that I try to pray before I get started. That started out at 5 or 6 things, and now it's 120 things. I need these things to pray. How did this list get so large? I wrote it down. When I wrote it down, I began to see and notice that there are things in this list that are missing. Then as I wrote it down and began to go over it and read it, I began to notice that there is a certain order that these things should be in. This cannot happen without that. This cannot happen without that. This has got to go this way. This has got to go that way. So when it comes down to planning, whether it's financial, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your work, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's your prayer list, whatever it is, there is really good, sound, solid wisdom in the fact that these things should be written down, gone over, reviewed, revised, and then applied. Imperative to apply them. How do I apply them? Good point. We're going to get there. We're talking about the word believe. The now Christian world says that the word believe is a mental affirmation, and if you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved. That's out of Romans. It is misapplied word, misinterpreted word, misunderstood word, mislived word. Consequently, the whole mark has been missed, to where Christianity does not look like anything Christ himself would recognize. It's a testimony against the church, period. Period. Why? Because you haven't taken enough time to really dig in and find out. If you have a hunger and a desire, they're on the list. And ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened. God will bring you truth and offer it to you. Will you understand it right off? No, you will not. Why not? Because it's just really too deep. And some of these things take a lot of time to actually learn. So what should you do? You need to find you a good, solid